this morning, I was drinking my coffee and had an idea hit me that I haven't seen before, and it's kind of something that I haven't necessarily been trying to figure out a way to do it, but it's one of those things that when it comes around, it's an issue that I deal with and that it kind of frustrates me, but I wanted to try to figure out a way to get more out of a rucksack style backpack as far as packing it to the best of its ability. This is a Frost River Isle Royale, the big one. I love this pack, and I've had it for a while, and it's been on a lot of the trips with me. But the issue that I've had with it is that we all know it doesn't have a frame to it. And I know you can buy external frames and all of that, but to me that just kind of adds to the bulk and to the weight. And so I know a lot of us are familiar with just putting a liner on the inside like a plastic trash can. Well, I've had a few issues with that. My biggest one being that I love how it gives it a shape, but I've yet to find a trash can that fits this pack completely. And what I mean by that is not one that fills up, that's tall enough all the ways, as tall as what the backpack is, and not one that that fits in it, well, but one that doesn't compromise the amount of stuff that I can put in this bag. My favorite time to use a pack like this is during the winter, kind of the transition from the fall and then through the winter and then late winter, because where I am here in Texas, our winters are normally wet and nasty. We don't have a lot of the hard freeze with snow all during the winter and all of that, because a lot of people don't understand that having snow and temperatures low to the ground, it's pretty dry air. And here where I am, it's always wet and moist, and so I like carrying a pack like this during the winter because I know it can handle everything. I don't have to worry about this getting wet and freezing and ruining or ripping or tearing. Like, it's heavy duty, heavy canvas, and it's waxed, and so it's pretty water repellent, and I can just put a big 55-gallon drum liner on the inside and fill it up and not worry about anything getting wet. But my biggest issue is the liner that I have for it. It's not quite as tall as the pack. I've got maybe 2 inches here, which is fine because I like having that extra room, because once I fill up the inside of the trash can, I can stack stuff on top of it, and it's still kind of within the shell of the pack. My issue with this is that the trash cans that I've found are not the same size all the way through. And what I mean by that is that they're open and big up here, but they get smaller in the bottom. And where I run into problems is when I'm trying to put stuff in here that has a certain size to it that automatically takes up most of the room. And so just to kind of go over what I do with a pack like this, I'm a big fan of my stuff being organized, but I also like the accessibility of a pack to where you can just pull stuff out of it. You don't have to look through a bunch of the pockets and zippers and organizers and all that, because during the winter it is colder. You'll probably have gloves on, and this is just easy to grab and go and just to throw stuff in. You don't have to worry about really keeping stuff organized. So to kind of appeal to my OCD-ness of organizing stuff, and to kind of give a happy medium, I use pouches. So I've been using this is just a shaving kit, Nautica shaving kit, and it's got 2 sides. I'll put stuff in here, and I'll put this in my pack. so that stuff's kind of contained and it's not just loose everywhere in the bottom, but it's also in one little satchel that I can pull out. And then my buddy Clint Buchanan was nice enough to make me these zippered pouches, and they're out of canvas, and they've got pull tabs on the end, really heavy duty. The zippers are sewn in there really well, and there's a center zipper down the middle, so I can put like my sharpening implements, a fire kit, cordage, and all of that, and I just kind of split it up. And so like this one, I have my firebox stove and some fire starting stuff in it. And then this one's like a first aid kit. No, this one's a fire starting. It's got a little bit of fire starting stuff, my compass and all that in there. And then this one's like my first aid kit. And this one's actually like a ripstop nylon material. So it's got, you know, just some first aid implements. So, you know, I'll put these in there to give me some sort of organization. I can just lay these in there and pull them out, and I know where's what. But the issue that I'm talking about is, like, let's say I've got my hammock kit. So I put my hammock kit in here, and if you can see it, it's already taken up that much room because this trash can gets narrower towards the bottom. And I've looked a lot of places for different trash cans, and they're always just too big. They'll stick out of the bag, or they're just too short and they're not wide enough at the bottom. So like I put this in here, okay, and I've tried to even pack my hammock in its bag to where it's flatter and it sits better. If I go to put my cook kit and bush pot, it doesn't sit down in there, see? Or if I put this in here first, and then I can put my tarp in here. Well, I've already taken up all the room in the bottom. So what kind of hit me this morning was, what if I cut away part of the trash can? What if, here, I'll just pull this out. Another little freebie tip is, if you're going to use a bag like this and line it with the trash can, if you've got one of those folded like Thermarest pads, or just like one of these gardening knee pads, because I like using these during the winter. It keeps me dry and keeps my knees from getting wet. I'll put this in between the liner and the bag on my back so that it gives it cushion and padding, and it works great. But see, you can see what I'm talking about, how it thins out. So my idea was, what if I cut away this front part, and along the bottom here, maybe at about like right back here, about that far. What if I cut that off so that I still have the rigidity of the frame and the plastic base to keep a layer between the bottom of the canvas bag and this, in case it's sitting on the ground. But I open up the front so that my stuff can bulge out into the front of the bag. So these things are only like $4.99. This exact one, it's a I think it's a hefty. Yeah, it's a hefty. So I'm gonna give it a shot. I've got to figure out what kind of tool I want to use to cut this plastic, and just to see. And if not, I've lost a couple of stickers and a $4.99 trash can. I can go get another one. But I just thought that would be a good idea. It would still give me the shell, and I feel like if I leave the bottom attached to the sides here, this isn't going to be, you know, flopping around. It's still going to be pretty rigid because it's all attached at the bottom. It's just the front half of it is now gone to where stuff can bulge out. You know, it's not contained to just this shape. So let's see what we can do. I got a couple ideas of what I can use to try to get this done. So I'll bring you in closer so that we can see how to do it. All right, so like I said, I haven't done this before, but the first thing that came to my mind was to try to use a hacksaw. So we'll do that, and I don't really have the best choice in blades. I think this is the newest one out of the three, but we'll try it. I also have a pair of these tin snips that I bought to fix my dryer, and I'll probably never use them again, but I don't know if they're going to be strong enough to get through this. And the last thing that I found was just this pair of big clippers that I got from my grandpa's garage when he had passed away. So try those, and I got a couple of files here to just file down the edges, because I don't want it to be sharp with me putting tarps and all that in there. So let's try the saw first, because I feel like it might be the easiest. Now bear with me because I don't know how this is gonna go, and you know, I don't know. I'll definitely edit this out so that you don't have to watch me do this and it's boring. So yeah, that's working pretty well. Hardest part's just going to be keeping it straight, you know? You can already tell. Let's try it this way. And these tin snips are actually easier. This corner right here. All right, I'll just keep doing this and then I'll let you know how it goes. I'll go ahead and cut it and sand it and all that, and we'll see what the rigidity's like. All right, so I think it's gonna work. So what I found out that kind of helps is, here's the piece, is the hacksaw cuts through it really easy, but then to do your fine trimmings and stuff, you want to use some tin snips. It actually cuts through it really easy, and I don't think it dulls them that bad. And then you just go through with your file and file the edges down, because you can feel like there's actually a sharp area right there. And I just took the more aggressive file, and it doesn't take much for you to dull it down. And then just because you got corners up here now, be sure to smooth those down. So let's see how it fits in the pack now. I don't think it's gonna split on me. It's still pretty flexible, like what it was before I cut it. So get this out of here. So now it should still give me some of the rigidity of a frame. Yep. I can put my pad behind it. And that's perfect. Look how much more room I have now. So see, I can literally put stuff up here towards the front now and just pile this up. That is awesome. Perfect. It rounds out the pack more, you know? I think the only thing that you'll have to do is to just get it centered so that your axe sleeve is in the front. But here, I'll show you an overhead view of what it looks like inside now. I know it's pretty dark, but you can see that I have way more room in there now. You can see that I don't necessarily have a set form that I have to fit everything in, because I have that open space now in the front where the pack used to, the trash can used to stop here. I now can put stuff towards the front. So just thought I would share that idea I had with you. I think it's going to work out great. I'm really excited that it didn't split and crack on me. Just take your time and don't bend the plastic too much. So I'll let you know how it works in the future, but as of right now, it looks like it's going to be fine. It's exactly what I was thinking it would do, and it looks like it's going to work out. Thanks, guys, for watching this, and let me know if this works for you or not, and I'm going to try to get some more videos put out. So I'm feeling a lot better. I'm not as sick as what I was, so really kind of on the up and up. Thanks a lot, guys. Have a good one.